All you need is one good lead a day, keeps the financial worries away. Ooh, I'm going to steal that, Erin. I'm going to steal that. Yes, I would definitely say my worries have dwindled away after I've been consistently calling. The one thing people have to realize is you're not going to convert all your leads, but if you have like a good amount and they're all really
has been forwarded to voicemail.
they're all like good and you follow up with them, you're going to have a good percentage of them convert. And it's going to be a fantastic ROI because all you had to do was just dial. You don't have to spend marketing dollars per se. The only real cost in regard to like cold calling is the dialer, my business cards, the magnet business, my handwritten note card, and the flower seeds. That's it. Otherwise, I'm calling, texting, emailing, and it's just been so simple and easy ever since. Month of May, I've been a lead for every 15 contacts. So then I at least know, okay, for every 15 conversations, I'm going to get a lead. And I just have to now put the time in. Like, I'm just going to speak. Ooh, I actually knew that person. He was he was actually a seller I met with and chose not to work with. Thank you very much. I will put that on my screen. I actually cleaned up my desk today, so I'm going to put that right here on my second monitor. There we go. One good lead a day keeps the financial worries away. Thanks to Erin. Next. Oh, you know what, Erin, I have a really good, maybe you'll understand this. Let's see. Where do I go? Save. This is how I feel about leads. I'm going to pause my dialer for this. I want you to hear it. This is a good one, Erin.
Out of every so many people you talk to, X number are going to buy.
Whoops.
Now maybe you're a 1 out of 10 average on your $1,000 offer. So every 10 people who see it, one person buys it. You close at 10%. Cool. So I can talk to 10 people. If the first 9 don't buy, number 10's in the house. It's a wrap, if that's my average, right? If the first one buys, I'm probably going to go through 9 more no's. But I don't care. Like, I trust the average. Like, I'm not hoping that any one of these people buy because I'm knowing that one of them will. That's how you remove yourself. That's how you remove this energy of commission, what I call commission breath, from the sale. Right? They can't smell it on my breath, but I'm hoping I make a sale. Why? Because I'm not hoping I make a sale. I'm totally removed from it. What's an average?
So with that, I just know, I thank you. Yes. So with that, I just know, okay, I just have to have 15 conversations. I'm going to get a lead and let's just keep rock and rolling. Like, I'm going to get my no's. I mean, no, eventually I'm going to get a yes. And my numbers are going to make sense because I have years now of data where I can rely on. The only thing different is just like leveling up my skills at that point.
Hello, we are not available.
So I want to say, let me see what my year from January to today, I am 15 contacts. Same. There you go. 15 for every 15 conversations, I get a lead. For every 15 conversations, I get a lead. Yes, Myron Golden. Isn't he so amazing? 100% love his stuff. 100%. Genius man. And Erin, in case you don't know, I listen to his mentors. His mentors
has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Daniel Priestley, Brendan Kane from Hook Point, Daryl Eves, Russell Brunson, and I can't remember who else. Those are the 4 for sure. And I'm like I want to be a student of theirs. I want.
Hey realtor, quick pause before we get back to the video. If you're watching this channel, it's probably because you're looking for more consistent ways to generate listing opportunities and for years to come. As an active full-time realtor, I only circle prospect when I'm doing my cold calling sessions. And the script that I'm going to share with you, you can't find it online. These are the actual conversations I continue to have with homeowners, and it has helped me generate hundreds of seller leads over the last few years. So if you're serious about building a steady pipeline of listing opportunities for years to come, I'd recommend downloading my free circle prospecting script. It's the exact same framework and everything I say every time I'm making my calls. So I'm going to make it available for you in the description. There'll be a link. Go ahead and click on it, download it, print it, practice it, make it your own. Let's get back to the video.
That was very sweet of him. I knew I couldn't come off too strong because he was like very quiet. Yeah, so I would love to be their student, or mentee. I'm like, look at the way, like how Myron Golden leveled up his entire life by having the right mentors. Total inspirational man. That's a lineup of, yes, right? Oh my gosh, Daniel Priestley. Wow. Like, and I think Myron really hit a gold mine with him. And then with Daryl Eves, I told my husband, my husband already knows. I'm like, these people are going to be my mentors one day. I don't know when. I just, got to level up. Got to level up. I have big dreams, big goals. And it all starts with being consistent and doing the boring stuff, which includes this cold calling. What's your personal definition of a lead? Ooh, I like this question. I have two qualifying qualifiers. I don't know. So I don't know, but he liked my approach. Anyways, back to definition of a lead. 2, are they thinking or planning on selling? It should be at least within the next 5 years. And do they have a realtor? So if they're thinking of selling within the next 5 years, great. Once I understand that they are thinking or planning or whatever it might be, that they want to sell, then I casually push them away by, and it's funny because my husband and I, we've been salespeople forever. I think I have like 20 years of sales experience in different industries, but we always call it the takeaway. So when they say they are thinking about selling, I go in with, oh, okay, so since you're obviously already thinking about selling, I'm assuming you already have a realtor, or you're committed to a friend, or you probably already have a realtor that you trust and you would lean on or turn to. There's so many variations of how I ask it because I want them to tell me no, because the last thing I need to do is to be fighting for business, because I do have an abundant mindset. And I do believe that there are way more opportunities out there. And I am in one of the largest saturated markets in the entire country. And the fact that I can find homeowners who are thinking about selling who don't have a realtor is, it's like mind blowing. So those are the only 2 qualifications for a lead. And it's so funny you asked that, Erin, because I just started listening to Alex Hermozy's $100 million lead book. And that's one of the questions that he starts off like, what is a lead? And he started off with saying, technically, any human being is a lead.
Your call has been forwarded to
living, breathing, they have a name, they have a phone number, whatever, they're a lead. The difference is having an engaged lead. And an engaged lead is someone who wants to do business with you and who is interacting with you. Goodbye. So funny how he's like, please stop bothering me. So I'm okay. It ain't that deep, dude. I barely called you for the first time ever. At least I haven't finished it. I just started it. But when he explained it that way, I was like, yes, that is the difference. It's an engaged lead, somebody who actually wants to talk to me, someone who actually wants me to help them, someone I'm not convincing to do something that they don't want to do. And I just outbound cold. So those are my only 2 things. But some people will qualify a lead if they get the email from the person. And I'm like, I'm not too worried, because if they really want to have a business relationship, I'm eventually going to get the email anyway. So I dropped that from being a qualification as far as the lead goes, because I still know how to get a hold of them. I know I can call them. I know I can text them. I know I can send them a handwritten note card. I know I can leave them a voicemail or whatever the case may be. And when I do ask them for their email, it is for a very specific reason, and they're very appreciative of it. So I'd rather just work with. I have no idea. This was a lot. That is so crazy. Contact. Google Maps doesn't always have that updated. I had people are like, there's no house. That's vacant land. I'm like, oh, you bought it and tore the house down? I can't tell. If someone says they're thinking of selling in 2 to 3 years and they say they have a realtor they'd use, who's to say that realtor will still be in business at that time? That's true. But I would say a lot of those people who are like a realtor are probably not even like full-time realtors anyway. But generally speaking, it's like a mom, it's their wife, it's their cousin, it's their uncle, it's like generally a family member, or sometimes it's like their friend who's been a realtor for the last 20 years because she just like hangs her license and only does business transactions for friends. Usually when they immediately give me a reaction of as far as like I do have a realtor, they're typically quick to say like, oh yeah, my wife's a realtor. Oh yeah, my mom's a realtor. Oh, my daughter. Oh, my it's usually like a family member. So in that case, the likelihood of them even listing, regardless if they're not a realtor, they'll probably just still have their license active for that purpose. But you make a very good point. I really don't know. I wonder if there's something I can do for the future for that. I want to say I just don't want to waste my time with someone and following up with them, because I've done that. And I feel like I wasted my time, and I could have actually been following up with people who did not have a realtor for sure. And ever since I did, I've been able to have a smaller, higher quality amount of leads rather than a huge database. Because I've had a huge database, and then I'm just spinning my wheels and thinking no one's converting. Instead, I have like this small little cluster of really high quality homeowners who have no one at all in their sphere that's a realtor. There's so much turnover in this industry, and to me, they don't have a realtor unless they've got a signed agreement. Yeah, you make a very good point, and it's probably a mental shift for me that I could probably work on. And I think also just seeing other realtors that I personally know, like follow up with people even for a year or two, and then they go on the listing appointment and then they're like, oh, I didn't get it. They went with their friend. I'm like, did you know there was a friend? They're like, yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I could switch things up in my practice. I'm always evolving, changing, leveling up, improving skills. But I do feel like some, not all, some people are like, yeah, my best friend's a realtor of 12 years. If I were to sell, she would, well, whatever. Until then, I'm going for the appointment.
Please leave your message.
Yeah, maybe I'm just a scaredy cat. Maybe I'm just like, oh, I don't want to bother about it. Like, I would rather have 6 closed. Like, my goal is I don't know how many transactions I have to get to, but I definitely want to do 20 this year, and I'm on track. And then I want to do 30 the next year, and then at one point do 50, but have those 50 be really solid deals, and where I did the least amount of work. Obviously, who wouldn't want that?
Please leave a message after the tone.
Rather than chasing people and convincing them to do business with me instead of their friend. I don't know. I would just rather work with people who want to only work with me. I really do like your abundance mindset, though, and approach. Thank you. Yeah, there's definitely no shortage of business, just a shortage of people willing to work hard enough to go after it. Yep. Oh, wait, what? What do you mean my old boss, Grant Cardone? Did you literally used to work for Grant Cardone? I will say that man is pretty amazing. I don't know too much about him, but he really worked his ass off. And I've never done any of his programs. I just kind of watch him from afar. But for sure, I think that's also why I feel like there's just so many opportunities. I rather just not. Like I don't really care to go after somebody who has a realtor friend or family member. I'm like, I mean, I have gone after them. I just stopped because they ended up giving their listings to their family members. And I was like, I just don't want to do it. I'm doing so well without it. There's so many opportunities. And you know what? We do have like the most amount of realtors here, but we also do have a much higher turnover in terms of homeowners buying and selling, because the national average is every 5 to 7 years people move. Whereas here in South Florida, our average is 2 to 3 years. So that's also why I like to say 2 to 3 years. And I also like to say 2 to 3 years because I've had people correct me. They're like, well, not in 2 to 3 years, but more like in a year or two. Or they might say, oh, not in 2 to 3 years, but maybe in like 3 to 5, because they're going through some kind of life change. And anytime someone's going through but when someone's going through a life change, it takes time and planning to actually end up selling their. Oh, look at you. I did work for him for a few years on the sales and leadership team. Wow. Pretty amazing. You must have learned a lot, I'm assuming, which is so perfect for you to just like go into real estate on your own and make your own money. I mean, I don't know how much you made there, but I'd assume with real estate, you're doing even more. That's actually why I got into real estate, because I could easily just go to a call center. I already know places, even from past experience, where I'm like, I could easily go there and just make 100,000, 125,000, 150,000 if I want to, but you're capped. You're so capped. And then they're constantly cutting into sales commissions just because the higher ups like VPs and marketing and all this stuff wanted to keep more, and they want to increase their profit margin. So the first person that they end up cutting commissions on are salespeople. And I was like, this is BS. So I was just like, ooh, what other industry can I go where I'm more in control of my commission and I get to say, and what's like a bigger check? That's actually why I ended up here. I fell into real estate by default to help my mom, who was going through a divorce and needed to sell the house. Oh, wow. That's so interesting. It's so interesting how we all just like end up in this industry. That's awesome. So you're like, we're going to get this done.
Call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Jackie, 2 leads today. Oh my gosh. Are you done for the day? Wow. And that was based off of your home sale too. So that is amazing. Look at us, me and Jackie calling. Yay, 2 leads. Because it is Saturday after all, and I would like to rest. I had to actually meet with the buyer and hand him off the keys earlier today. Bye. Bye. I sometimes love when they're like, oh, there's a realtor in the building. It's like, there's other realtors. All right. Yes, nice work, Jackie. Are you circle prospecting? Let me see, she had a comment on here what she was doing. Where is it? Gotta scroll up. Jackie actually sold a house and she was just calling here. This is hi, calling a neighborhood today to let them know I just closed on a neighbor's home. So I guess that would be considered more of like a just sold call. Working for Grant Cardone was an amazing experience. I had to take a leave of absence to sell my mom's house and couldn't go back to working for him because I needed to take care of her post-divorce. Aw, I'm sorry to hear that. As I always like to say, things happen for a reason. And there's parts of my life where I have just like, where maybe I fought it. Maybe I was like, change. And it was like, I changed because I knew I had to do things. But now looking back, I'm like, I was meant to be here. Like every step I've taken, every path, that my whole path has been for a reason. And I feel like everything I've done was just a stepping stone to what I'm doing now. And I don't even know where I'll be in 5 or 10 years from now. But I'm just going to go with the flow. Now I'm to a point where like, I'm not going to fight it. If I'm being called in this direction, I'm just going to go because whatever that is where I'm supposed to be. And I don't know what that next step is. So yeah, now I'm just at a point like, oh, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Okay. Like opening up my own brokerage. I know my husband was after 2 years. He's like, are you going to be a broker? Are you going to be a broker? I'm like, no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And I really wasn't ready. But then things transpired in my other brokerage that were actually holding me back in my business, that I was like, okay, now I have to be a broker. I didn't want to be a broker. Now I'm a broker. I'm like, because I was being forced to do it. And so I just ripped off the Band-Aid and I called my husband. I'm like, I thought I was going to wait till next year, but now's the time. I just got to do it. So now I own my own real estate company. Jackie, yes, I've been calling my neighborhood that I just closed on a house in today. Woo woo. Seeing if I can be of service to anyone else. Yes, be of service 100%. See who else you can help. Hey, Joe, how's it going? Hey, just want to pop in and say hi. What a week. Wait, why? What happened? What do you mean, what a week? LOL. What's going on with you? Tell us. Now you have to tell us. Now you opened up a can of worms. That's awesome. What script do you use, Jackie, if any? That's what I was asking. And Jackie was like, oh, I'll tell you later in the week. Yes, I'm curious, like, what is it exactly she's saying? Because I've tried Just Sold and they didn't go well. People were very angry with me. So now when I do Just Sold, I just take it as a circle prospect. And if they, if they're interested or they're like a lead or they're a little curious, then I mention the fact that I sold the house. I don't call with the actual intention of, hey, I just sold your neighbor's home. So I am curious to see what it is that Jackie says. Hey, Joe, if you're there, you're not off the hook. You got to tell me now what's going on. You said, what a week. I want to know what's going on. All right. 18 more minutes. And then I got to get to business. I have 3 people who are waiting for me to call them. Actually 4. So I have some work to do after this session. Oh, here. Just the usual admin for the team. Also, so I've just been pulled every which way. Ugh, I can imagine. That must be like massive ADD. Like, do this. I don't know how transaction coordinators do it, honestly. Like the one that I use, she is so good. But any really good transaction coordinator has their systems and processes and like little check marks and tasks that they do. So, and I'm sure you do too, but wow, admin for a team. How big is the team? Admin for the team. Wow, that's a huge responsibility. And you should definitely be compensated, compensated a lot. I do have ADHD, so it makes sense. Wow, 25 agents? That's a lot. Ooh, I have a really good question. Okay, there's 25 agents. How many of those 25 agents would you say are like the full-time agents who bring in 80% of the business? Is it like 5 of them? Is it 10 of them? Or are they all like bringing in minimum 2 deals, closed deals a month? And I ask this because I know that there are teams here in my city, and they have like, not 25, that's a lot, but they have like between 5 to 8 agents. And the main person bringing in the deals is the lead person on the team. So for example, one in particular, he has 5 agents and they did 25 deals last year. So then I'm like, wow, you have 5 agents, you brought in 25. If they each did their own fair share, that means they each did 5 transactions last year. But then I went in and I looked at the stats on the MLS, and the lead, actually the main guy, brought in 12 of those 25 deals. And then the other 4 only brought in a couple each. And I was like, wow, if I was that guy, I would probably just get rid of my team because, well, I mean, I get there's reasons for it, but the amount of headache and babysitting, I would rather just simplify my systems and figure out how to bring in those 25 deals by myself with maybe one other agent. That's it. And that's also like a thing I have. I'm like, if teams are doing like 25 deals, I'm going to do 25 deals. That's like my goal. Like I want to be doing as much as teams to prove myself, like as a single agent. But I want to do 25 deals and then level up to like 30 and then 50. So there's about 8 who are producing, 8 who do 1 or 2, and 8 who do 2 or less. Right? Isn't that the truth? It's so true. 8 who are producing out of the 25. It's crazy. 8 who do 1 or 2, and 8 who do 2 or less. Isn't that crazy? It's like, why have a team? You have one person who does 1 or less. How are they even an agent? Honestly, those people must have a full-time job or a job elsewhere to do so little, because you cannot have, like, you can't even cover your bills off of 1 or 2 deals a year. It's just like extra change. And that's a part-timer. I'm not. I'm full-time. This is it for me. Like, I don't have any actual income other than real estate. So for me, it's make it or break it. All right. I'm at an hour, 40 minutes on the dialer with 14 contacts and 1 lead, which sounds about right. I know.
Has been forwarded.
I know, Erin.
The person you're trying to reach is.
Yes, so true. I heard that stat. Isn't that insane? 71% of agents across the country did not do 1 deal last year. I did 10. I did 10 last year, and I did 101,000. Well, 101. I can't even say it. $101,230 GCI. 10 transactions. Funny because people ask me if I do any side hustles, and my reply is, yeah, I do open houses on weekends. Keep your main thing the main thing. That is actually so funny. People ask you if you do a side hustle. No one's ever asked me that before. Funny because people ask me if I do any side hustles. My reply is, yeah, I do open houses on weekends. That is so funny. Yeah, like if you're not all in, I don't think you're ever really going to level up and make the amount of income that you're really wanting to, like good income, like crazy income. For who are you calling? Why are you calling? What's the reason of your call? I'm like, ugh, goodbye. Goodbye. That is so funny. Side hustle. I don't even know what I would say to that because I don't do open houses. I really don't like open houses. It just doesn't. I know it works for some, and I'm not saying it doesn't work. I just didn't really know how to. No one ever really showed me how to. And then I don't know about.
Call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
I don't know about you, but some of the open house people that I've heard, like, this is how you do open houses. This is how you do open houses.
It's been forwarded to an automatic voice message
There's like
system.
so much, like door knock all the houses before, call, not even call because they obviously don't call. Door knock all the neighbors, invite them to your open house, have a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event, have wine, have food, have a food truck, get balloons, put out 20, 30 signs. It's just like so much. And then to get like 1 or 2 leads, I'm like, I would rather sit on my dialer. Honestly, that's just my decision I've made. I was like, I would rather sit on a dialer than do an open house. But I do know like Matt and oh my God, I'm blanking. Carolina, they do open houses. Zach was on earlier. He was at an open house and they're doing really well with it. But Matt figured out a really good strategy from Michael. I only do open houses for my brand new listings. I like that. Yes. First week only, maybe second week, depending on location listing. Yes, that I could agree with. That I've done for sure. New listings. And let's finish with that list. Yes, I agree with Erin. That's pretty much it. Hello. Is it Sujal? Hello. Unfortunately, I'm about to wrap it up. I'm just going to finish a couple more calls, see if anybody answers. But I don't do any of those things. I'm not hosting a party. Right? Thank you. Oh my God, you and I are so aligned with the whole open house. I know. They go all out, like catering, going to local businesses. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. No. I'm not having a party. I don't want anybody getting drunk. Like, I don't want to be responsible for somebody driving away because I gave them alcohol at an open house. I'm like, liability is what I think. I use the open house as a reason to cold call and door knock the neighborhood. Yes, I think that's great. That's actually a much better strategy on my part. We're curious about like tonality and skills. There's a lot to learn when it comes to sales. Cadence is the biggest part. It's about pausing, pacing, tonality, low. It's so funny, actually. I just saw, I wonder if I saved it. It was this FBI guy, had to do with confidence. Did I save it? And you always want to have more of a lower pitch. Oh, yeah, here. It was this morning I heard it.
Hi, this is Liz. I'm not in.
This one. But Ben Jeong, communications guy out of Australia, is who I've actually learned a lot from. I'm not a student of his. Maybe one day. Oh, that was the 5th guy, actually, mentor-wise, I want. But he is one that I learned a lot from. But
in person doesn't have to talk fast and doesn't talk high. Right? I remember the first arrest I made, and I said, "Stop! This is the FBI." My voice was, nobody was going to stop. Nobody. And the guys that were with me said, "Joe, you got to work on your voice. You have to have a command voice." Well, command voice is down. Like, stop right there. I'll give you an example. You talk to most executives, and you say, "No, that's not acceptable. It's too high." No is always said down.
yeah.
Are we gonna? That sounds like a complete sentence.
So I hope that helps you guys. But so tonality is a huge thing. You do not want to be happy or excited whatsoever when you're cold calling. And I can definitely say that from experience since I've been consistently calling since September 6, 2023. But body language is another. Always using your hands actually from your shoulder to your hip and you being equal. You don't want to do one-handed stuff. You want to do them together. So that I've learned even when I'm in the presence. I actually meet with homeowners and doing the triangle thing. There's a lot to learn, you guys. It's not just cold calling. It's like, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Because what you're actually saying is like, I think only 8% of your communication. So of course, even doing this is a power pose. So there is a lot to it. All right, I'm going to pause my dialer. I had 1 lead. I'm going to see if somebody's going to answer on this one. Let's see. Answer. Okay, cool. I will stop it there. One. I'm going to leave it on this note. All you need is 1 good lead a day. Oh, wait. All you need is 1 good lead a day keeps the financial worries away. So yes. Good job. Thank you. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Have a good one, guys.